next morning and we are on our way. It looks like we're actually going to be leaving town. That's it for Locarno. Now it's time to head to the train station and get on our train. We always travel by train when we're going through Europe. You're watching our tour of Switzerland, and we are now heading to the final city on the tour. We're going to Zurich, the economic capital of the country, not the political capital, that's Bern, but Zurich. What a spot. You can see we've covered quite a bit in our tour of Switzerland. We're 2 weeks in Switzerland, catching most of the main highlights of this beautiful country. It takes all morning to get from Locarno to Zurich. It was a lovely ride, and pulling into the Zurich train station, we do our usual baggage handling procedures that we have perfected by now at the end of our trip, getting the bags off onto the platform, and we make our way through the station. Big station, but very efficient, easy to get around here. Our Hotel St. Gothard is just a block away from the station, so it's an easy walk, and we are going to enjoy 4-star comfort in the St. Gothard. We've had a long morning getting here, but eager to step out, look around, and find some lunch. If you're starting to get hungry, there is one particular excellent restaurant that you might consider. Hiltel. This favorite restaurant choice near the Bahnhoffstrasse is Europe's oldest vegetarian restaurant. It will be no surprise this city is loaded with wonderful food choices in a wide range of prices. If you'd rather have a snack at a cafe, visit the famous Sprungli, open since 1836 at Paradeplatz. Sprungli also has a restaurant upstairs and a big chocolate counter. Oh yes, Swiss chocolates, one of life's great rewards, which you can also order from home through their website. You'll find Zurich's most famous street, the Bahnhoffstrasse, running about 1,200 yards from the main train station to the lake and lined with elegant stores, restaurants, small boutiques, and department stores. The neighborhood between Bahnhoffstrasse and the river offers a lovely chunk of the old town to wander through, with several important historic sites to see. One of the out-of-the-way hidden gems of the town center of Zurich is the little oasis with a view called Lindenhof. From Lindenhof, you gain a fine view across the river to the main section of the old town, where you will notice the tall spires of the Grossmunster, Zurich's main church and signature site. Lindenhof today is just a park with lime trees, but in the past was occupied by a variety of important buildings. At the foot of the Lindenhof hill, you face a maze of 5 little lanes radiating out in all directions, but don't worry about which way to go. This is a good place to get used to the idea that you're going in every direction. In the midst of this special network of alleys, you can't miss the towering steeple of St. Peter's Church with Europe's largest clock. A view of the Rathaus on the River Limmat. This embankment along the river is called the Schipwa, and it's the oldest core of the city, dating back to settlements 2,000 years ago. Crossing over the river now to the larger section of Zurich's old town. You will reach the major historic site of town, the Great Cathedral, or Grossmunster, a huge Romanesque church dating back to the year 1106. The monumental Romanesque interior is rather plain. Be sure to appreciate the stained glass and Switzerland's largest crypt underneath with its big statue of Charlemagne. An earlier church on this site was reputedly founded in the early 9th century by Charlemagne, the Holy Roman Emperor. This is where the Protestant Reformation began in Switzerland. Typical of Europe's Gothic cathedrals, it's surrounded by the best parts of the old town, with many lanes to explore. Niederdorfstrasse is one of the great historic streets of Europe, perfect in every way. It has been the main lane of Zurich since the Middle Ages and is still the major route for visitors to explore today. Dozens of small lanes branch off both sides of Niederdorfstrasse, leading further into the magic of the old town. The neighborhood is just the right size, small enough so you cannot get lost or disoriented or exhausted, but large enough to keep you discovering new sights for a couple of days. You can easily fill out an afternoon by meandering through this fascinating network of alleys, exploring the little shops, and enjoying the variety of traditional Swiss buildings. Niederdorfstrasse stretches for nearly 1 mile from the train station area to beyond the cathedral and is limited to pedestrians the entire way. Here you'll find one of the most famous cafes in Europe. It's been in business for over 120 years. Now this might hurt your eyes to look at all of these beautiful pastries. Incredible. We are in Café Schober. Highly recommended. They do have some different dining areas. You could sit downstairs in the cafe, but we much prefer this elegant tea salon with the red velour upholstery and the beautiful red theme and wood beams of the ceiling. Just looking, you can see how delicious these pastries were, and the hot chocolate was the best ever. Easy to find and well worth your time. It's located in what's called the Great Alcove, right along Niederdorfstrasse. A few blocks further along, we came to another great Zurich tradition, weekend afternoon partying in the bar. We have a lot more shows about Switzerland and all of Europe on our YouTube channel and website. Check it out.